Number 8. Number 8 is an ellipse. I know it's an ellipse because it has an x squared and a y squared, and the coefficient in front is different. So to put it in graphing form, we have to maneuver some things around. I'm going to go E for ellipse. Put it in graphing form. I've got a 4x squared. I got a plus 8x. I'm going to leave a space to complete the square, and then I'm going to put a y squared. I'll put a minus 2y. And I'm going to put a space, and I'm going to say it's equal to 59. I'm running into the other space here, but that's okay, and off the page. Equals 59 because that negative 59 needs to get moved over to the other side. So make sure you change the sign of that one. Okay. Now before I can just complete the square, I need to take something out of here. This one's good to go, but I need to get that x squared by itself. So I'm going to take out a 4. And I've got x squared plus 2x, and then a space. Plus y squared minus 2y. I didn't do anything with that one yet, but I still want to kind of make sure that I can complete the square here. In here I'm going to add a 1 because take 2, divide it by 2, and square it gives you the 1 value. But I didn't just add 1, did I? I added a 1 times a 4. You need to pay attention to the fact that that's out there. So plus a 1 times 4. I always, even though you can do that in your head, and feel free to do that, for instruction purposes, I'm showing that I'm adding a 1 times 4 and a 1 times 4. Here I'm just adding 1. Well, that's not a 1 times 4, that's just a 1. So I'm adding a 1 to a 59 to get 60, and I'm adding another 4, I'll get 64, and that's pretty convenient because that is going to work out nicely for our equation here. This factors to become an x plus 1. This factors to become a y minus 1. This is equal to 64. Now just like we did in the previous problem, if I divide by 64, 64, some of those will reduce, some of them will not. That is equal to 1. That's the point of dividing by 64. This one doesn't reduce at all. This is a y minus 1 squared over 64. This one does reduce. 4 goes into 64 16 times. So I got an x plus 1 squared over 16. I got a plus in the middle. There's my ellipse. With an a value of 8 and a b value of 4, if we take the square root of each of those.